Morning guys, day 4. You pumped?
Man, did you see that video?
Yeah, okay. Alright, so we're going to reveal in 2 seconds where we're going. Last night, these guys posted a video on Instagram of this truck coming out of the workshop, 707 horsepower, frying the back wheels, sliding through the car park.
It's angry.
It's angry. You're going to see in a couple of minutes exactly what it is. Alright, let's talk about where we're going. We're going to Dynatrac.
Here we are.
Alright, so Dynatrac, if you've been living under a rock, and you don't know who Dynatrac is, Dynatrac are a massive Jeep aftermarket supplier. They focus mainly on axles or diffs or whatever you want to call them, and they do other bits and pieces for Jeeps. We met these guys at SEMA last year, and they saw the PCOR system on the back of Clay's Tundra, and they just had to have one. They want to build an overlanding truck. Typically, these guys build like big rock crawling type gear, right?
Hectic gear.
Like hectic gear, so they're busting into that overlanding scene, and who better to do it with than Patriot Campers Off-Road. This thing's been chopped, it's had the cab chopped, it's got a 7.2 litre Hemi Hellcat motor in it, and now we're about to do our thing. Sarah doesn't look that excited.
You guys are like a little bit excited. They will not stop talking about this. We just need to get there.
Yeah, she's like, I'll drop you off.
This is going to be cool. So last year, or the year before last, we opened SEMA with the black truck. This year we're going to be at SEMA with the Dynatrac guys with this big build. They're calling it Codex. We're just about to pull into Dynatrac, and let's see what's going on. All right, here we are. Dynatrac. Now, here's the deal. You're in the camera. This is our new cameraman. Camera girl, Sarah. Let's go. All right, guys, so we're here with Tony at Dynatrac. Man, thanks for having us.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes,
You excited? You pumped?
Pumped.
Man, this has been crazy. So fill us in, what's happened so far? From picking the car up in Detroit?
Picking a car in Detroit, then driving it directly to America's Most Wanted 4x4.
Yep.
Where they immediately disassembled the car.
Yep.
And prepped the chassis to get a Hellcat engine in it.
Yeah.
Thanks to Mopar.
Yeah.
And then once they did that, at the same time, I had another crew at America's Most Wanted 4x4 cut the body, cut the frame, and then shrink it to my specifications.
So it's like an extra cab. So what they've done, you'll see it in a minute, they've taken the back doors off and they've turned it into an extra cab. Let's go and have a look. Come and check this out. So, and it's worth noting too, before we get right into this, that Hellcat motor is making 700 horsepower, 7.2 litre supercharged Hellcat. That's typically in the Challenger, right?
Yes.
And what do these come with standard, the Jeeps?
The Jeeps come with a 3.6.
With a 3.6, so it's making a bit more power.
Significant difference.
Come and have a look at this, what they've done at the back here. It's pretty interesting.
So basically you would have a 4-door setup, right? So what I did was I took the door and I cut a section off the door and then fused them back together. So we basically welded the door, the aluminum door, together to shrink it. So then I still have the curvature lines and I have still the ends and the features of the ends, right? So as you can see, but at the same time, it is much, much shorter. And I didn't want it to be a functioning door. I wanted it to be just fused in and then smoothed out. And the reason why you see it in this color right now, because it's just Bondo, because you need a clean surface for the vinyl wrap to actually be able to be on there.
Awesome. So this has been like, what, a week?
All this was done, pretty much in a week.
So brand new Jeep Gladiator, one of the first ones to come off the production line in the United States. I think what they're doing here probably wasn't good enough for them, and it sounds like you've got the same disease that I have.
Yeah.
So let's take a brand new Gladiator, let's make it into an extra cab, let's chop the chassis, let's get the crew over from Australia, put a 7.2 litre Hellcat engine in it, and get it out to Overland Expo in the space of under 2 weeks. So the car's getting wrapped today, so me and Jack are now on our own. We're going to get the whole PCOR system fitted to the back of this thing and get it buttoned.
And I'll be back in 2 hours.
Cool.
Awesome.
We'll see you when you get back.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
PCOR, baby. Now, the build's taken a little bit of a turn. So what's happening is all the parts didn't turn up that they were waiting on for Overland Expo. So we're going to get our bit done. They're going to get the car driving on the standard axles and take it out to Overland Expo, and then they're going to do a part 2 of the build where they're going to fit the big axles, the big tyres, the suspension and all the rest of it. So I reckon it's going to be pretty cool, because in this, I think what we're going to be doing today is probably an achievable project for most people, and then these guys are going to take it to the next level after we're gone, which is a bit of a shame, but I'm sure we'll be back. Let's have a quick look at the crate. There it is. So PCOR 3/4 canopy, the full canopy setup with the whole Red Arc suite, Dometic fridge on a PCOR bed, specifically built for Jeep Gladiator. What we're going to do now is we're going to cut this frame off. The plan is get the hoist underneath, we'll lift this up, we'll roll Codex inside, we'll sit this down on the deck, and make sure everything lines up and fits. And then Jack's going to make some modifications to that chassis. Now, because that one's got a custom fuel tank and the chassis is being chopped, there's a few non-factory rails in there that we haven't planned for. So we just want to make sure that it's dummy fits first before we start welding and cutting and making those mods, and we'll get this thing on. This is super exciting.
What you doing, Jack?
So we're going to get it, it's bolted to the cradle at the moment. We're just going to try and lift it up, get it up in the air, and then we'll unbolt from the cradle, ditch the cradle, and you can roll the car back in, and then we'll drop it on.
Sounds good.
Oh yeah. I like this part.
That's good. How's it looking?
Real good, like super easy. We came so well prepared, it's just working out excellent.
Small issue, not a big one. These nuts are spot welded on, and however they do it at the Jeep factory,
They do it good.
we need one of those spot welders, because that thing is, there's 3 little tacks on each nut and you can see it, but once we got it off you can see the penetration is like all the way into that plate.
This
Like,
has been the hardest bit of the build
see
so
there?
far.
That's a tack that was chiseled off. So whoever's doing the spot welding down at Jeep, you're doing a really good job. Yeah? We'll knock this side off. We've had to butcher this a little bit, but we'll grind it up.
I'll clean it up.
We'll make it look good. Yeah. All right, let's go. Thanks, man. You have to have one stuff up every build, right? Not stuff
I don't
up.
really
One
consider that
problem.
my stuff up.
A problem.
It's just an issue.
It was an issue. We had to Dremel out the holes, but you can see here the real winch cradle is in. Winch hasn't turned up yet, but we can drop this out a little bit later on and put the winch in, but we are ready to put the whole system on. And Tony went and brought us some metric measuring tapes. How good's that? That one's yours. You get the little one.
Oh, thank you.
And I'll get the Stanley one anyway. All right, so that's it. Cradle in. Let's roll this thing back underneath and let's get this thing hooked up. Yeah, good.
Excited, Jack?
Yeah, this is going to go easy now. So we drop this on, bolt it down, and then we've got to plumb up the fuel. Water's already pre-done, canopy's pre-done, and then I've just got to run it into the battery and the central locking. And that's it. Put the toolboxes, mud guards, and we're good.
All the trays got to go back like 3 mil. Yep, we're in.
Too old for the
So behind me, they're actually filming this build for Discovery Channel. There's a TV show on Discovery Channel, and Tony is doing a walk around at the moment. It's pretty cool to see Discovery down here. You know, same not that long ago, Discovery Channel now filming one of our products on the back of this build. Goosebump moment again in the United States. Seems like every time we come over here, doors continue to open because of the gear that we're producing is just so fresh to this market. You know, they love what we're doing back home in Australia, and it's so good to see Australian manufacturing on a worldwide stage. Just makes you feel unbelievably awesome. And the crew back at Patriot Campers team, you should all be so proud of this. You know, what it takes for us to get this sort of recognition is just absolutely amazing.
Any hiccups?
Just that rear winch really, but that was because of the aftermarket tank. No other real dramas. Other than that, it's gone smooth. I'll still make some improvements for the production models and that, but that's it. It went well.
Rear toolboxes are all bolted up, so both sides are done. Jack's working on the electrical. Had to do some modifications to the mud guards. Sarah's gone out. We've got that bit of hose that we were looking for. So now I'm going to just hook up the breather, get the fuel line in, I'll get this mud guard on, and then this side's complete. I'll go check out he's going on the wiring on the other side. We'll button up that side and we're really at the tail end of it. The winch hasn't turned up yet, so I think this is about as much as we can do. But all in all, can't complain at all. First Gladiator, few tweaks that we need to make, but as usual, Jack's nailed it. He nails it every time. The boys at the factory have nailed it. I'm really, really pumped to see how far we go with the Gladiator bed here in the USA. We'll get back to it and get packed up and roll out.
Are you stealing parts?
I need the tail light harness.
The canopy is all buttoned up now, done.
Everything finished. All the power to the tray's done.
Yep.
Canopy power's done.
Lights are on.
I just want to start the car, make sure the BMS is receiving charge from the alternator.
Yep.
And then I've got to wire up the tail lights. And then water pump's on.
Yep.
Good. Everything's going.
Good.
It's just tail lights, but it's like, you know, Australian tail lights, American wiring.
Yeah. Have you figured the colours out yet?
I'm working on it.
Oh, just gone like 11 o'clock at night. We've had a couple of dramas just with the wiring. So a few hours. We didn't film any of it. All boring stuff. American wiring, Australian car. Obviously we've got a little bit to learn, but we'll sort all of that out. Now, we were meant to be fitting tonight the Rhino Pioneer platform and the TJM rooftop tent. Unfortunately, they haven't got the parts here that they need for the Rhino platform, so they've got to wait for the shop to open in the morning and get them done. The boys from Max Tracks USA have sent these out. So with the Rhino brackets, I'm just going to make something up at the back here. To be honest with you, I'm not 100% happy with how the back of this thing looks. Obviously, with no spare tyres, it looks a little bit, just doesn't look right. So what we're going to do, or what Jack's going to do when we get back to Australia.
How did this just happen?
See that look on his face?
How did this
I love that look. So when we get back to Australia, we're going to design up something for the back, something like real Overland. So jerry cans, propane, chainsaw, generator. We'll design something cool at the back.
You want something to take the whole...
Something to take up the whole back, take the weight, and put in all the gear that you typically take on an overlanding trip. So that'll be a new product for PCOR as well. But that's something we've been talking about for months and months and months. It's nothing new. So I'll get these Max Tracks, I'll get them on. You're done now, central locking's all working?
Yeah, you want to see it work?
Yeah, quick. Come here, tell everyone the story. Why does all the PCOR gear have central locking?
Because you went away in your truck for a long time, came back, and the only complaint you had was central locking.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a subtle complaint. It was you threw the keys at me and said, no more, give me central locking.
I want central locking, I want it now. In the black truck, I've actually got 11 locks to lock up all the toolboxes in the canopy in the back. And you know what that's like walking around? So now, locked, toolbox locked, canopy locked, unlocked. When you're out overlanding, touring, whatever you want to call it, in the USA or Australia, it is the little things, it's the little things that make all of the difference. If you've punched out like 1,500 Ks, you've been in the driver's seat for 15 hours, and you pull up somewhere to get a feed or fuel station, and you've got to run around and lock all of your stuff, it gets monotonous, eh? And as people know, I'm quite impatient. I'm not actually impatient, am I?
No comments.
We're going to wrap this up. I'll get the Max Tracks on, and I think we're going to get out of here soon. Where's Tony? It needed something.
It did.
Yeah.
I think it's fantastic. So
We'll
glad that worked.
we'll knock up something cool.
Yeah.
Something real cool. Yeah.
I'm in. All right, you know what I think is appropriate? It's your birthday. We need to take it for a little spin.
All right.
Well, I think that's
Let's do
definitely
it.
I
appropriate.
think so. I think that's an appropriate birthday gift.
So it's nighttime. Is
So-
there even headlights in it, or will we be fine?
And
We got torches on our phones. We'll be right.
yeah, I think we're fine.
Okay, so we'll just
Yeah.
go.
That was the key.
Everybody have
That was the
their
Kiwi, and he just came out. Go, fire it up.
It's got no doors. I mean, it's got no headlights, no doors, no guards, no windscreen.
Jack's design. Jack's built in the USA. Jack's birthday. Jack gets to drive Codex. Have fun, dude. Don't break it. Welcome to the USA, America. That is where it's at. Jack must be. I got goosebumps just watching that. You should hear that thing when it comes past. I don't know how much you can see. The light's a little bit down, but that thing is just badass.
I can't help but smile at that, man.
Was that awesome or
Oh,
what?
dude, that's too much fun.
Can you steer?
That's way too much fun.
All right, guys, there you have it. Codex. Did we do it right or what?
Oh, love it.
The Aussies crushed it?
Fantastic. Crushed it.
Crushed it. We got done exactly what we had set out to achieve to get done, but we're going to have to leave you guys on your own now.
Yep, I think we can do it now.
Oh, well.
You educated us on some things.
Yep,
we learned some stuff.
We just
You
have
guys
to
do
do
it
our bit.
right by yourselves too, you know?
Yeah, right. We educated you on some stuff. Right?
No, I think it was awesome, man. Thank you so
oh,
much for having us
thank
part
you
of this
so
build.
much.
Yeah?
You and your team are amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Thank you very much, man. I
Yeah.
really appreciate that. And that goes to the whole team. All the team that aren't here, everybody back at Patriot HQ that had something to do with this build.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much every single one is.
Yeah.
For the deadline, every time I get a little bit buck wild and get a bit crazy and burst into the office and say, this is what we're doing. And everyone gets behind me every single time. The boys down in PCOR, Super Tourer team, everyone right throughout the business, thank you very much. This is the fruits of our labour. This is what we do this for. And it's a shame that we're not all here to say it, yeah? Sam, you had a good time?
Oh, epic day.
Yeah.
And Jack, happy birthday. Best birthday present ever.
Oh, I definitely had a good time.
Yeah.
Well, it's after midnight. We've got to do it. We've got to get out to Arizona. So,
Yeah.
guys, let's pack this up. Let's hit the road.
How do you feel after last night's sleep? So much better than the ones before, eh?
We had like 5 or 6 hours sleep last night, so what an epic time that we have had on the roads. We are now crossing into our 5th state. So California is now behind us. We're heading east. We've left Huntington Beach and we're heading to Flagstaff to Overland Expo. I think that's all the craziness for the trip is done. You reckon?
And I hope so,
For a month.
Hey?
It feels like we've been here for a month.
Yeah, it's 5 days.
It's been 5 days, 4,000 kilometres by the time we pull up today in 5 days, plus, a 24-hour international flight. So it has just been hardcore. So let's get into our flag, meet up with the boys once again, and let's try and kick it for the next few days and relax a little bit.
Sounds like a plan.
Is this us?
Yeah, and left here.
All right, we've made it. There's
I could see Miss Parker.
There's that ass Miss Parker. There she is. We've made it. We're here in Flagstaff. So
You've arrived.
yeah, I know.
Thank you.
I know we've arrived. Thanks, Siri. So here we are now. What's up, y'all?
Sneaking in here with me.
We got that on camera. What's up? I was hoping you were sleeping. What's up, baby? Come on, bring it in. Hey, Ben. Good. Hey, Ben, man. What's going on?
How are you, buddy?
Good, man.
Long time no see.
You gonna show us around or what? We were hoping he was sleeping.
Oh, yeah.
We were so hoping you were sleeping. Are there any bears? We're gonna crack a beer. That's us for the next few days. I'm signing out for today, I reckon. I'm gonna get down.